Yes guys, and welcome from me, it's Challenge Manager 0102. This is a really brief update on the D.T.L, the next instalment. D.T.L, which of course stands for Dream Team League. This is an interactive game that Mark from the official forums runs and conducts. It's been a while starting the latest on this because we've all got lives, we've all got jobs, we've all got families. But we are off and running now. When I say off and running, you'll see on the page right in front of you there, Season 5 Auction 1. So you may recall from our previous videos, you may already know this if you're from the forums, or if you're not. So basically, the short and long of it is we've all got our fictitious teams, not fictitious, but I'm Wolves, and we've all got our dream teams, should we call it, and we've all got money, budgets, banks from the previous seasons. We've acquired prize money from where we're finishing, if anything we've won, any private deals that we've made between ourselves, and now we're at the start of Season 5. I say start of Season 5. This is his start in respect of what we do. Mark will post a whole load of auctions. And there you see, Season 5 Auction 1. And we've got a list of players right there that are not in the game as we know it. They're not in any of the human players. So, what happens at this point now is all of us, including myself, will send 5. We can pick 5 players from that list and send a bid over to Mark. Only 5, so you can't sort of monopolise it and bid for all of them. I've done mine. I've sent it through a PM, and then whoever's the highest bidder will get that player. Now, you've got to take a few things into account because we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this in a minute. But if we have a look at, we'll look at specifically me for the time being. We'll just look to my own team for the moment, and there we are. So I've got to take into account that that is my available balance. We've all got our own Fred. I've got £52.9 million to spend, which is pretty much in line with everybody else. And this is my own profile, my own Fred, where I've reminded myself of who's come and who's gone. Some of the private deals that I had that I arranged with some of the guys. Players that flogged back to CPU. Now, CPU, at the end of every season, Mark will contact every person and he'll say, the CPU, the AI, have made this bid for these players. It won't be every player. It's basically an opportunity for you to clear some dead wood. I don't know how Mark chooses which players. I'm not sure how that works. I think there is a method behind it. And if anyone can share that answer, then go for it. So I'm not sure how it came along. So, as you can see, the players that I opted to sell back to the CPU were what you see right up here. Bart Williams went, Marino went, blah, blah, blah. Now, some of them are good deals, like Fabio Jr., 5.7. Rodrigo Graal, 9.5. This is where my money's come from, you see. And also, it's freed up a lot of space. Something I have to remember, because I think I've got about 30-odd people in my team, so I can't exceed that. So, of course, these are players back to CPU and any players that I've arranged via PM. So, as you can see, I arranged a deal with the manager of Arsenal. I forget who that is. Apologies, forget your name, mate. He took Robert Malcolm. I got rid of Mikel to Tranmere, run by Reese. In fact, I bought him, shall I say, sorry, for £2.2 million. And so on and so on. Mark does make a log of everyone's plays in and out and banks anyway, but this is just for our own personal use. So that is, in terms of since the end, there you see, so at the end of Season 4, I got given £3 million prize money for where I finished. I finished shit, I didn't even make Europe. Something that was announced is that we will be doing the ODB again for this new season. New season, new save, brand new save. And because it's a brand new save, that's why I opted to fuck off Shane Tolley. Because you'll know, ODB, Shane Tolley is a great player, but not in Season 1, Season 2, 3. And then what will happen is, I believe, because I've never, this is the first time I've ever participated in D.T.L. up to Season 5. I believe after Season 5, when we have Season 6, it won't be the ODB update. It won't be the ODB that we have a new save on. It'll be the next official update. Whether that's a 3.96a or what, I don't know. As and when that happens, I'll have to download them and play them at least just to refresh myself because I cannot remember jack shit of that. The only thing I ever have in my head is the ODB and the current update. All I remember from the 3.96a is it was full of Greeks, but I would imagine Mark won't have them. A bit like Mark won't put Sigalko on this list, because can you imagine? It'd be a fucking frenzy. So my money's up and running there. Yeah, 50. Yeah, that makes all sense, don't it? Okay. So that's that. We have now got a new tactic unlocked for the new season. Apologies if I'm repeating anything that's already been said, because I can't remember if I'd pointed it out before about the new tactic that's been said. And it is right here. So this is the new tactic, 5-3-2 attacking. So basically, when we first started out in Season 1, it was just a 4-4-2 attacking, I believe. Season 2, we had 2 options, either one. Season 3, we could have them. Season 4, Season 5. It's part of the challenge, as Mark emphasises on the intros you see right there. And that was obviously, as you can see, that was over 3 years ago. 5-3-2, I'm not 100% sure what sort of tactic I'm going to do just yet. I'm not 100% sure. Not yet anyway. So everyone is, as I said, everybody's got their everyone's got their own threads. Let's go back to those auctions. Let's go back to those auctions wherever they are, page 1, and see if anybody can guess any of the ones that I've actually gone for. He's got the final. There we are. Should have. Okay, so if I'm truly honest with you, right, as we're now at Season 5, there's not as many quality players knocking about, because I think when Mark sells a player from a team back to CPU, I think he did say he would not recycle him, he would not reuse him again. So there can only be so many players in the database. They're not the greatest, but what you've got to remember is Mark will have auctions. I don't know how many sets of auctions he'll have, actually. He'll have loads. He'll have at least 10. So you imagine, you're looking at 150 odd players. So everyone's waiting for a real good player to come. And this is the thing, you see, this is what I like about you can only bid for 5 players, because let's hypothetically say Olivier Sorlin, I thought, wow, I want him, and so does the manager of Wolves, and so does the manager of Arsenal. We all throw Mark a bid, well, only one of us are going to get him, and that's wasted a bid. So, I'm trying to remember who I went for. I won't do no spoilers as to who I've gone for, because I know there's some fucking devious cheats on the D.T.L who want to see me fail. I ain't fucking stupid, yeah. I know how they work. I didn't think it was that great of a list, to be honest with you. But then I think I'm going to be sharing the same views as a lot of other people. I think there was a few. So what I would do is I would fire up the preview save, which I'm waiting for, by the way, and I would have a look at these players. Now, what you've got to remember is, right, I fire up, let's say, Jimmy Walker on my game, or on the preview save that Mark had sent. Jimmy Walker looks amazing. Well, you've got to remember, when we start this game, when he starts a new season, it's a new save. And now, you all know some players load up better than other times. So Jimmy Walker might be a shower of shit. And I fucked up buying him. It's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. But I am intrigued to know what people's views are on that. I'm still optimistic that I might get Patrick Vieira back at Wolves. If Colchester are willing to deal with me. Jokes. Let's have a look now then. So I was the last person to talk on the discussion. And yeah, there you go. That was me. Nothing of interest. Mark keeps a note of all completed transfers, which I think he does a really... This is why it takes a long time. This is Mark, right? Keeping up to date with every player that's in the game and having all their transfers. So let's take me, for example. Season 1, all the players that came in and out. I mean, that is, and then he's got it for Season 2. So Season 5, the start of Season 5, he's done the players that have come in, the players that have gone out to CPU, the players that have gone out to other clubs. So the ones that have gone to CPU, they've actually gone to a club then, it looks like. Sparta Racing, I didn't realise that. Okay, so he does such a good job. And that's why it takes a lot. And Mark has got children as well, and he is married as well, and he's got his works as well. So, but it is an enjoyable project, I think. So I'm trying to think what else I can go to. No, I don't think there's anything else worth going to. We've all got finances. Let's have a look at the... I'll tell you what I'll do. We will have a look at the finances. So this is where we are. He updates the original post all the time. He emphasises here that starting budget is 20 million. So Spectral at Chelsea, I think he fucking cleaned up last season. He won so much. And you can see that by his fucking bank balance. 120 million. That's fucking insane, isn't it? And you can see the bank balances of various teams. Leicester, General Smuts has over £108 million. And so I think Marimo, Arsenal, I'm sure he was on a waiting list to join. And I think we had a couple of people pull out. So Marimo, a welcome to you as Arsenal. You're the one that, of course, brought Robert Malcolm off me. Unmanaged club finance. Right, okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I thought we could unmanaged clubs. So they're the two clubs. I think Spurs were originally run by Jeffrey, and Newcastle were run by Eben. I'm not sure how that works, to be honest with you. And what he does is he updates the finances. So as I said, you know, just to sort of put an emphasis on all the work that Mark does, it is crazy. Confirmed club to club transfers. Now this is really important, right? If I'm DMing somebody about a player, let's take Robert Malcolm for example. When I sold him, Mark will only confirm it, right, when both individual managers have confirmed it. So as you can see, let me try and find myself here. Let's take Let's take Mikel. So I was arranging a deal with Reece at Tranmere to buy Mikel for 2.2. As soon as we agreed it on DMing or PMing, whatever you want to call it, we said, right, okay, let's confirm it. So I've wrote it here. Mikel leaves Tranmere and joins, and as you can see, he highlights it and confirms it. And Mark has acknowledged both of those. What's that? What's that one there from the 13th of March? Oh, right, okay, yeah. So Mark hasn't, I don't know if Mark's acknowledged both of these two yet. So you can see Reece has made a deal to swap. All right, okay. For administration purposes. You twat. Okay. Yeah, so that's really important that both individual managers do acknowledge it, otherwise Mark will not do it. And that's because I can just put any old fucking thing. I could put in that I'm buying Vieira for £1 million. This next one, not really as effective now the auctions are up, because we've been doing this for the last month. This is where players, including myself, put up their transfer list, players that they're willing to negotiate. So what I did is we were all given our players that the CPU were offering, and the first thing I did is certain players that I was happy to sell, I put on the transfer list first, see if I could get more money for them, because it's all about money. It really is all about money. So there you go. This was me just after I had the CPU offers in. This is before I accepted any CPU offers, bear in mind. Let's see if I can get away with this. Below are the available transfers. These guys will be leaving regardless a week from... Right, okay, so these players... right, so the players that I was happy to transfer list were all players that were going to go to CPU regardless. And I think people are not stupid. People are not going to... They know that the CPU are buying them for a reason. No one's going to say to me, Mike, I'll give you £3 million for Mario. They would say, oh, fuck you. You know... A buzz above open to offers prices a guy might go lower for the right deal. Also, pin me if any of my other players. Right, okay. See, you know, some players, some guys, they say make an offer on anybody. Yeah. So everyone's got their own transfer list, and then PMing is the way forward to get a deal done. There you see. Right. So Reece had a load of players for sale. This is what, and I picked up on it. Mikel. I don't know what formation I'm going to use yet, so I want to cover all angles. Okay, so that is the D.T.L, guys. That is the latest as Season 5 launches, and hopefully I will get some players in. So till next time from me, guys, take it easy.